Hi YouTube, it's Pen Paper 19. I wanted to come on and do a quick unboxing, or unboxing slash review. I've already opened these, but I wanted to share them with you as these are lovely and I'm very excited for them. Most of these will be for 2021 use. So I'll move the Hobonichi aside and I'll talk first about Soumkine Paris, which this is my first experience with this handmade paper company from Paris. So their site says that everything is handmade in their atelier there in Paris. And I mean, this sort of thing is entirely my jam. This sort of handmade paper. This is my 2021 planner. So it says 2021, 2021. And this is my planner for next year. And it is totally my jam. This is in the A5 size. The color is called Salt, which is like I'd say it's like an off-white. And I'll sort of walk you through it. It's 260 pages total. The paper is paper I've never used before. It is 70 GSM Italian paper. It's supposed to be excellent for fountain pens. My favorite paper is Tomorrow River, but it's smooth like that, but it has a little bit more of a, almost like a sound to it. So it's interesting. I look forward to trying this paper out. It's ivory paper. Now every notebook is a unique number. This one is number 64 out of a limited edition of 350, which, you know, I just love that little detail that makes you feel like, you know, if I'm going to spend this much money on handmade paper, you want to feel kind of special. So this is really nice. I guess that's a yearly calendar there. This is by month. Oh, this is, I think this is, no, this is not a habit planner. Or habit tracker, rather. I love clocks and old world maps. It's just beautiful. Here's the habit tracker. They're monthly habit trackers. I really hope I can get a use out of these. I do like doing habit trackers, but I kind of have it all over the place currently. And then you go straight into your monthly calendar, December 2020 to January 2022. This is all sort of hand sewn, hand done. And you know, it kind of has that feel. It is ghosty. I mean, like Tomorrow River where you can kind of see through. But that is, I love that paper. So ghosting through is not a deal breaker for me. The font is interesting. It's a font that I'm not particularly familiar with. I think I'll get used to that. And then after the monthly, it's then separated. Weekly is separated out from the monthlies. And this reminds me a lot of the Hobonichi Weeks, which I like. That's my favorite. My favorite planner really is the Hobonichi Weeks. But this one is, because it's A5, it's a little bit bigger. And it has hour markings on the bottom. So I think this is a super functional planning style for me. So I'm looking forward to that. And at the other side, we have note pages. And I think there is an index at the front of this section. Notebook, universal layout, 65 numbered pages, table of contents, and then we have grid pages. And they're all numbered, as it said. And I like that they have these markers here to help guide how you'd like to divide these up. And then in the back, they give you a little guide to how, to their notebooks, which I find actually really useful. So the layout code for this is a weekly dated. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and try to do this, but I got a couple of these. Like I got this book, the Dessin book, and a notebook guide. So this, I'm really excited about this. I got a special cover to put this in as well. My only potential question is whether or not I should have gotten the Traveler's Notebook size instead of the A5 size, but regardless, this is lovely, and I know that it was made with love by hand, and I really look forward to using this. On top of that, I grabbed just a plain notebook. This color is just absolutely gorgeous. This is also in the A5 size. It is in the color, whoops, let's It's in the color Rose. And I don't know if the color's coming off true to size, but it's like a dusty rose. It's really, really pretty. You can choose between the, I can choose between the, what the pages look like. I chose grid. They are numbered, and you can choose among 140 pages, 260 pages, and 380 pages. I decided to split the middle, and I got 260 pages. So it's very similar to the yearly calendar, actually. So that is that. It is all thread bound. The grids are about 5mm, maybe just a hair under. And this is also the same 70 GSM Italian paper in ivory. Probably use this as a journal. Currently I use a Hobonichi notebook. I have many of them, and I may just insert this for my next journal and start using this. I love the fonting on this. It has very much of a kind of an old world feel. Even the stamping has kind of a an old world feel. It's really beautiful. So that's the notebook. Finally, this one. This one, it's really an arm and a leg, but I really was intrigued into trying this one. This is the Sketchbook, dessin, or drawing. This was really an indulgent purchase for me. So this is in the TN size, which is, again, in retrospect, probably the size I would have liked to have gotten the calendar in. But it's the same size height-wise, it's just narrower width-wise. This is their special, I think it's limited edition, yeah. Limited edition of 300. This is number 10 out of 300. This is a pretty pricey book. This is this ultra premium 100% cotton sketchbook. There's no wood pulp. I will say that it feels very different than any other type of 100% cotton notebook paper I've ever used. It may be because it's smooth. This is super smooth, like a hot press instead of a cold press. And it's only 120 GSM. So 120 GSM smooth 100% cotton watercolor paper. I am really intrigued to try this out because I'm used to cold press and I'm used to 300 GSM. My plan is to use this as my kind of my art journal. Today I use I mean, let's be honest, my art journal is on a Hobonichi. It's on Tomoe River paper at the moment. And I do it daily and it's calendared, so I kind of feel pressure to do that every day. This will kind of give me a little bit more freedom to sort of carry it around with me and do it when I'm inspired. And it'll be on this acid-free archival paper. It really is beautiful. I have high hopes that it performs really well. Although I don't know, if it performs too well, then I'll want to get more, so maybe there's a fine balance. But it is a beautiful notebook. Again, I'm really excited to try these out. So that's the Sketchbook. So those were my Soumkine purchases. Let me move on now to my Hobonichi purchases. This year, I was very modest with my Hobonichi purchases. I still love Hobonichi. I think in terms of my aesthetic and just the paper and all of that, it really is, in terms of a writing experience, nothing really parallels it for me, especially because I use fountain pens. This is my favorite, but I didn't get very much at all, and that's because I don't really have, sadly, Hobonichi in my next year's plan. So I got the A6 cover gray. I think this is called the Kadan, and it's just really caught my eye. And I wanted to put this in my commonplace book. I love the little butterflies. It's like cream and a light gray, like a beige. Almost like in a taupe and a cream. So pretty. But I'll have this in my commonplace book instead of what I have there now. And then I picked up a Winx. I don't have a plan for a Winx in my planning next year, but I picked up a Winx because I couldn't not pick up a Winx, to be quite honest. This one is so beautiful. This one is the Arrival by Sean Tan, And I just find it's, I think he wrote a graphic novel about migration. And there's just something so haunting and beautiful about this cover that honestly I couldn't not get it. But I'm not entirely sure. I have no plans for this book yet. So I don't know what to do with it. But, you know, this is in terms of like my all-time favorite book. This is it. So I will find a use for it because I love it that much. So the Hobonichi week size versus a true tan size. It's quite a bit shorter and narrower. So I love how, yeah, it's so portable. And this was the freebie pen today, which actually I really like. I don't use these pens because I don't use ballpoint, so the Uni Jetstream. But I do have a Jetstream multi-pen, ballpoint multi-pen that I actually kind of Frankensteined into to take Uni Jetstream gel ink refills. And I think I may do that for this as well because I think I really want to use this. This is really nice. So anyway, that is my little haul. This is what I plan to use next year, along with my traveler's notebook and a few other things that I'll be picking up later this year. But this is my little Hobonichi and Soumkine haul. Thank you. Bye.